hardcore are we going to be?
I think we're going to go into a 2-man.
Ooh.
And see, we're going to go straight into it. I just recorded an interesting game against an elf ball where they went off. They had like the god hand, and they ended up putting like 15 elves on board, and I was like, okay, living end. But so that'll be up on the channel soon. And then what about this hand? This is kind of a mediocre hand in my opinion.
Well, it's a good starting hand for not knowing what your opponent is on, because you have the beast within to kind of handle anything that we just aren't expecting. We have a land cycler, so we have our third land. I mean, I would keep this.
Yeah, I'm thinking about keeping this too, just because I know our game plan is going to be Pale Recluse into, on their turn, probably beast withining one of their lands, and then demonic dreading on our turn. So since we know what we're going to do here, let's just take a look and see what Final Notice 14 has for us.
That's a very final name he has there.
No kidding, man. He looks very serious. I hope this is a very serious competitor.
This may be our last game.
We've been served our final notice. That should be his thing at the end of every game. So you've been served your final notice.
So Misty Rainforest, no information there. Could be anything.
It could actually just be anything. Oh, Simian Spirit God's an interesting draw here. I think the play's just Overgrown Tomb tapped. Save our precious life resource. Yeah. All right, let's see what he's got for us.
Yeah. So Breeding Pool still could be anything.
True. We'll see what's up as soon as he plays a red source here, maybe. Okay, we're just going with forests. Oh, Scapeshift.
Oh, Scapeshift. Yeah, it used to be in some environments you can tell exactly what people were playing from the first land they played. That was a pretty interesting metagame. That was also back in the extended days. Now it takes a couple of lands in the first spell, which kind of it's more suspenseful, but I like being able to figure it out from turn one.
Totally. So I think he might know what's up. Since we played a Copperline Gorge, I don't know if Copperline Gorge is that popular in Modern other than this deck.
Well, he could still think you're Jund or something. You haven't cycled anything, but True. You haven't played any spells either.
True. So let's see what he's going to... Prismatic Omen. Each basic land type, sure. So I guess this is to make it so they're all mountains. Yeah,
this is the Omens version, so that all he needs is any amount of land. He doesn't have to worry about having a special amount, the right amount of mountains. Everything's a mountain, so it makes it a lot easier, but of course it's 4 slots he has to put in this deck.
True. So I think we're just going to go grab basic forest here. Sorry, we want to stay above 18 life, I believe.
Yeah. We want to keep our life totals high, but this doesn't seem like a very good matchup. We don't really have a way to interact with him aside from Beast Within on a Valakut, or Beast Within on a random land to try to get rid of one of the triggers, and he can always play around that by waiting a turn. So we may be in trouble here.
True. So do we nail something with Beast Within now, take the 3 damage on the swing back because it won't have Summoning Sickness, just to dodge something like a Cryptic?
We're really misappropriated in this matchup because we would need to, our combo isn't fast enough, or we need to beat a beatdown. So we may want to just get the Pale Recluse out and try to deal damage as fast as possible.
Seems good to me. The one downside to the whole Demonic Dread plan right now is he sacks his Secure Tri-Builder and gets 2 back. But I mean, that's going to happen one way or another, so.
Yeah, I don't think we don't really have the luxury to worry about that. We just need some pressure on the board, and right now our hand, the only other pressure we can put on the board is a Simian Spirit Guide, which isn't going to be enough.
That's not going to cut it. Let's get our 4/5 on board here, and maybe if he casts something like Scapeshift and he does the whole exactly 6 mountains thing, we can nail one of them and just get 1 trigger instead of 6.
Yeah. Now he can get up to 6 mountains now, so he could just Scapeshift us next turn.
True. But we do have sideboard stuff against this deck.
Yeah, I mean, this is really our only plan. If we waited for him to naturally get up to those 6 lands, we would have less pressure on the board and really no chance of winning the game, because a Beast Within isn't going to win us the game. All it's going to do is give us another turn.
True. All right, so what's he got for us? Oh, okay, he's playing the Titan version too. Very cool. So what did he just grabs 2 Valakutes here? Is that, or you grab a Valakut and something else?
He's probably going to get 1 Valakut and a land if he has any other utility land. He could get 2 Valakuts because he's not worried about the triggers now.
True. Okay, here we go. So there's actually mountains too, which is a big thing. So that'll already do like what 12 damage to us.
Yeah, he's got 12 damage. So we might just be
We might
dead.
be in Scoop Town here pretty quick.
Because he could do 12 more damage by second those Sakura Tri-Builders.
That's true. So I'm just going to Scoop because his Primeval Titan is going to run right through our Spider, despite how awesomely huge it is. So things like Avalanche Riders I think are appropriate here, especially on the play.
Right. We want to try to interact with his strategy as much as possible. I would say Brindabor and Avalanche Riders.
100%. So Fairy Macabre is an interesting choice here actually, because if he's running something like Is It Charm, he can just put Titans in the graveyard and really hurt our plan, but I'm not sure that we really need to play around that. I don't know if Beast Within seems good as a land destruction spell, and Simian Spirit Guide seems really good as an accelerator. I think the weakest link here is Fairy Macabre.
We'll just take a look at what else we got. I guess that would be the only things we can take out.
And then maybe something like Jungle Weaver just as a not quite as big as Titan and slow 2-cycle type dude.
We don't have any way to destroy Prismatic Omens, do we?
We have Beast Withins.
Okay, so
we have 4 of Beast Within.
Yeah, I guess we could have just destroyed the Prismatic Omens game 1.
True, that could be a line for sure. Let's yeah, definitely on the play here. And this then seems pretty good actually.
Yeah, I like this. You could actually cycle on turns 1 and probably turn 2, depending on what you draw. But 2 cycles on turn 1 is pretty good.
Yeah, let's get a cycle off here right away just to get some more information. Fulminator Mage is a good one. So we have our turn 2 Fulminator Mage, turn 3 Violent Outburst hand if we want it. So I think we do land go here. All right, Stomping Ground. So let's go grab our Stomping Ground just to be cute and matchy-matchy with our opponent here. And cycle off our Monstrous Carabid. All right, so do we want to go for our turn 2 Fulminator Mage, just denying that Stomping Ground?
Yeah, definitely just blow it up.
Definitely. Play it for all red. All right. We've returned our opponent to turn 0.
Yeah, this is the hand we need in order to beat this deck, I think.
100%. He, yeah, has an island. I kind of wanted to see another non-basic there, but island will do. Then we just throw out our Violent Outburst now, I think.
Yeah.
Just so he doesn't get to something crazy like a remand or something.
Yeah, right now he can't counter our spell, and we want to just get... I mean, that's a lot of pressure we're going to put on the board.
Sure, let's grab... Is there any reason to get anything other than just a basic swamp here? Yes, of course, because we need green mana. So, Overgrown Tomb it is. Red and green. So tell me a little bit about this deck and Extended. It was a little bit different back then.
Well, it wasn't a lot different. We get the scoop there, but we did get it. We did have a God draw. Basically, all of these cards are the same. The only things that were different, there was a different mix of cycling creatures because the land base was a little bit different. We usually didn't play Pale Recluse. Sometimes you played just the Mountain Cyclers just to help fix your mana, because the mana wasn't as good as it was in this deck. We didn't have Kessig Wolf run, so we were just we were old schooling it with our 4/4s if we ever had to cast them for 5.
100%. So you're playing things like the Ranets and all that just to get your mountains.
Yeah.
Wicked. So this is an interesting hand, actually. If one of these Pale Recluses was a 1-mana cycler, I think I'd be cool with keeping it. Actually, we have our Simian Spirit Guide to smooth that out. This is tough.
It's not really a good hand. It can get good if we draw into a land or into a 1 mana cycler and then hit a land. But we really want to hit our second land drop so that we can fulminate a mage before he can, mana leak or anything, and then blow up a land.
Yeah, 100%. So we can get to our second mana just to get our second land for sure, but then we need to draw a third land, and that's, I think, where the plan falls apart. So let's mulligan this hand away. And you know what? This might actually just get there. So let's keep this. This is our control deck version of this hand. The no cyclers, no combo, just blow all your stuff up.
Now, the only thing that we really don't want to see is a Sakura Tri-Builder.
or drawing a living end. Also not so good. But I think the play is what, Verdant Catacombs, and then you can play your Shockland tapped to save some life.
Yeah.
Wicked. So, how is being the king of coverage recently?
I don't know that I'd call myself the king of coverage, but I'd say that I'm the man behind. I like to think of myself as a man behind the scenes, the man, just a big tech guy.
You're like the Wizard of Oz of coverage.
I'm the guy behind the curtain that you sometimes hear yelling at people.
Exactly, giving everyone else courage and heart and all that good stuff.
But it's good. It's fun. I get to come to Magic events and stay around Magic, which is always a great thing. It's hard to get a job that allows you to stay involved within Magic as much as you want to. So being able to have a job where my job is to go to all these Grand Prix is just awesome.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like living the dream. Black, red. So we're just going to go ahead and do the turn 2 Fulminate Mage, turn 3 Beast Within, turn 4 hopefully Avalanche Riders, and just really start denying this deck.
Yeah, I think we have to do it. We really don't have another game plan.
No, this is our current... If it comes down to suspending Living End, we might just have to do that too. As much as it is not awesome to do it.
I mean, I've done that plenty of times.
Exactly.
It feels bad, but every now and then you draw into a Living End, and there's no other way of getting them out of your hand.
So now this raises an interesting question, actually. Do you play the Beast Within on the Prismatic Omen instead? He didn't draw land, so he's got no land in his hand.
Let's see what we draw.
Sure.
Well, we drew...
That's not bad.
We basically drew a Living End, so maybe we want to... Let's see, if we blow up his land and then blow up another land and then Living End, we probably win this game.
True. So let's do it on his upkeep. Wicked. So we blow up a green mana, I assume?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter once Prismatic Omen is out.
True. So you're basically in a new city every weekend now, hey?
Yeah. Right now I'm kind of on a break because I'm doing PAX during a lot of things going on. And during pre-releases, there aren't any GPs that weekend, so I get those weekends off. But other than that, I'm on an airplane Thursday or Friday, and then I'm at the GP, and then I come home Monday. And Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are basically my weekends, aside from other meetings and getting ready for other things.
Right on. So we're at an interesting point in the game here again. I'm glad that this game is actually like not just a face roll. But we didn't draw another land for our Avalanche Riders, so do we just kill that Stomping Ground and then have one more Living End in the deck to finish him off, or just kind of wait?
I would go for the Violent Outburst, blow up the land. And if we draw a land, we blow up another land, and then we still have another Living End. And even if for some ungodly reason we draw that Living End, we're not in the worst shape. We still have 4 land in play. We could still start casting our other threats, and we still have the threat of a Living End to just end the game. So using this Violent Outburst is just a Stone Rain is fine.
Sure, it's a Stone Rain. They do get the Tribe Elder back, but they are down a green land specifically. So they have to keep fetching out forests from the library, which we'll hopefully just be able to nail with Avalanche Riders. I mean, with Prismatic Omen, it doesn't matter that much, but it might come into play in the later part of this game. This one looks like it's going to go on for a longer time, so the more lands that he gets out of his library, the better for us.
And it doesn't look like he's drawing too many either. Well, he drew a Valakut.
Which is going to be a sweet target for Avalanche Riders.
And let's draw that land.
Street Wraith is actually not horrible. Let's do the risky thing, go below 18. Pale Recluse, not so bad either. I think we do that right now just to get our land drop for the turn.
Yeah, I like that.
Get that forest.
There aren't actually a lot of spells that he can cast on 3 mana. I guess with the 4th mana, he's on Cryptic Commands, and he could have mana leaks in his deck. But we don't care if we get our Avalanche Rider mana leaked that much.
No, that's true. That is very true. Yeah, that's another one of the benefits is that when you start hard casting creatures against a control type deck, they just go to the graveyard, which is exactly where you want them anyway. So let's play our swamp out, and yeah, let's play this Avalanche Riders. Nail that Valakut. Cryptic mana is not open. And even then, I'm not sure how many Cryptics the Primeval Titan version plays.
Probably 1 or 2.
Wicked. So, had he not played the Steam Vents, I think the play might have been just to nail a mountain or a forest, so that our Fulminator Mage can take care of a non-basic later. But in this case, I think Valakut's just too much of a threat with Prismatic Omen out that we just have to nail it now.
And they actually run a limited amount of Valakuts. 2 sometimes. 3 at the most.
Yeah. And they don't really have any way to recur them either, which is also important.
No, they don't.
All right, what's he got for us now?
He's about to lose the game by tapping out.
Anger of the Gods. Well, that actually isn't miserable against us at this point, but Violent Outburst is going to get there. Brindlebore also an option, but I don't think we want to waste that much time. I think we're just going to Violent Outburst now.
Just go for it. We have 4 creatures in our graveyard.
Booyah. Hey, there we go. Win our first match. I guess we served him his final notice.